Hello, my favorite NEET PG aspirants. This is Dr. Murali Bharadwaz, your classmate for the last moment revision for the tomorrow's exam. Every time you go for NEET PG, next exam, USMLE Step 1, one of the favorite question is, what is the mechanism of action of the antibiotics? Let us do a rapid revision. Penicillins, cephalosporins, and carbapenems. What are they? They're all beta-lactam antibiotics. They inhibit the bacterial cell wall synthesis by binding with the PBPs, penicillin binding proteins. Then what are macrolides? Erythromycin, azithromycin, clarithromycin. They are all the inhibitors of bacterial cell protein synthesis, 50th subunit of the ribosome. Tetracyclines like doxycycline, minocycline, they all bind to the 30th subunit of the ribosome. Aminoglycosides like gentamicin, tobramycin, they also inhibit the bacterial protein synthesis by binding with 30S. And by binding to the 30S, these aminoglycosides typically will alter the shape of the ribosome and that lead to misreading of the mRNA code. Fluoroquinolones, ciprofloxacin, levofloxacin, they are all the inhibitors of DNA gyrase and topoisomerase 4. Sulfonamides, sulfamethoxazole inhibits the dihydropteroate synthase, which is essential for the folic acid synthesis. Trimethoprim inhibits dihydrofolate reductase, whereas sulfonamides they inhibit dihydroterate synthase. That is the main difference you remember. Trimethoprim is reductase, whereas sulfonamides are dihydroteroate synthase is what you should remember. Metronidazole, it disrupts the bacterial DNA synthesis by forming free radicals, which damage the DNA. Vancomycin, it binds with ala-ala, D-alanine terminus of the peptidoglycan precursor, and it prevents the transpeptidation. Linezolid, it inhibits the bacterial protein synthesis by binding with 50S is what you need to remember, and it prevents the formation of initiation complex. You can remember, for initiation, you need to stand in line. So, linezolid prevents the formation of initiation. Rifampin, it inhibits the RNA synthesis. R for rifampicin, R for RNA synthesis by binding with the beta subunit of the RNA polymerase. Clindamycin, it inhibits the 50th subunit of the ribosome. Streptomycin, typically it also leads to misreading of the mRNA code because it is aminoglycoside. Quinupristin, dalfopristin, and streptogramin, they all inhibit 50th subunit of the ribosome. Daptomycin, it disrupts the bacterial cell membrane by binding with the bacterial cell membrane and causing depolarization. Colistin, typically it disrupts the bacterial cell membrane by binding to the lipopolysaccharides and disrupting the membrane. Polymyxin B typically also binds with lipopolysaccharides and disrupt the membrane. Phosphomycin, it inhibits the cell wall synthesis by inhibiting mura, M-U-R-A, mura, which is important for peptidoglycan synthesis. Nitrofurantoin disrupts the bacterial DNA and protein synthesis by damaging the bacterial DNA and inhibiting bacterial enzymes. Please don't forget, there is a chat, there is a WhatsApp study group. Please join it. You have thousands and thousands of classmates over here who are also preparing for the various medical licensure exams, NEET PG, USMLE, PLAB, MRCP, etc., etc. Finally, imipenem, meropenem, they are the carbapenems. They inhibit the bacterial cell wall synthesis by binding and inactivating the PBPs, is what you need to ultimately remember.